webinar and taking time out of your day. So some housekeeping rules before we start. So this webinar is being recorded and the recording will be emailed to you in the next 1 to 2 days. So in case if you're not available for the whole webinar, if you have to step out, that's okay. We'll email the recording to you. And also, we encourage you to ask your questions in the Q&A box, and I'll try to answer them in the end. And in case I'm not able to answer all the questions, I'll follow up with an email separately for all the pending questions. So let's start by understanding the difference between these two ideas, right? Like what is AI native versus what is AI powered? So AI native basically means building products and services with AI as the foundation, not bolted on afterwards, right? So it's about creating solutions that could only exist because AI exists. That's a key distinction, right? Opportunistic use of AI versus genuine product reinvention. To make this clearer, let's think back about to the mobile revolution. When smartphones first took off, many companies adopted a mobile-first approach. They made their desktop products work on phones, but the experience felt awkward, like putting a mobile skin over something designed for a larger screen. Do you remember those days? Then a new wave of companies appeared, mobile native players. They built their product, business models, and user experiences around the smartphones from day one. Apps like Instagram and WhatsApp felt natural on mobile because they were designed for it. Meanwhile, companies like Facebook, Google, and LinkedIn had to retrofit their platforms, invest heavily in mobile first redesigns, and even acquire mobile native apps like Instagram and WhatsApp just to stay competitive. Some succeeded, but many others struggled to match the seamless experience that native players offered. So, what does really experiencing AI native means? Now, okay, let's flip the coin around and think about the other side. Like, think about the old chatbots we all used to get stuck with, right? Like, press one for billing, press two for support. They were like rigid, narrow, and frustrating. No one wants to go back to that, right? Now, compare that to ChatGPT, an AI native product. You just ask a question in plain English and even change direction midstream, and it still keeps up. That's why it feels so natural, almost like talking to a colleague instead of using a tool. Older AI powered apps were built for one off tasks, right? Like translation, spell check, maybe routing a ticket. ChatGPT is general purpose. It can write, summarize, code, brainstorm, explain all in one place. And it remembers the flow of the conversation so you don't start over every time. Best of all, there's no learning curve. You don't need to know commands or filters. If you can type a question, you can use it. That's a huge reason adoption exploded, right? Knowledge doesn't sit in a static FAQ anymore. It comes to you tailored to how you ask. And because the model keeps improving every time, the experience gets better every few months. So that's why these AI native products, they just don't automate tasks. They partner with you. That's why people flocked to ChatGPT in a way we never saw the older AI powered tools did. Now, talking about AI native versus AI powered differences for an IT service management tool. So, most IT service management systems still follow a very ticket based model where AI is added as an enhancement layer rather than the foundation. So, chatbots can reset password, machine learning can route tickets, and natural language processing can categorize requests. So this is what the current functionality, that is what is being offered mostly. By 2024, 60% of the companies are already using AI-driven IT service management tools, yet many of these implementations created new bottlenecks instead of removing old ones. The core issue is architectural. So AI-powered ITSM treats intelligence as just another feature. Knowledge remains siloed across different tools, and critical context gets lost between interactions. So to give an example, imagine a sales manager flagging a CRM issue in Slack, and the support person resolves it there. Now, a week later, another sales manager faces the exact same problem but has no way of seeing that earlier fix because the knowledge stayed locked in that first Slack thread instead of feeding it into a shared system. So that is why AI native IT SM tools will make this whole approach really different, right? So instead of enhancing existing workflows, it rebuilds the entire architecture around conversational intelligence. Every interaction is treated as a data, every exchange becomes learning, and conversations are captured to build a unified understanding of how work gets done. This this matters because modern enterprises operate primarily through conversations, not tickets. The real knowledge that drives business outcomes lives in these natural language exchanges, not in static documentation. And AI native platforms capture this flow and transform it into actionable intelligence, making support more connected and effective. Now, before diving more into the differences between the two, let me show you a demo of how AI-powered ITSM tool will look like right now. So I'll stop sharing and I'll just share AI-powered IT service management tool and how it looks like right now. So the whole point of showing you this is like sure, they have added AI as an enhancement and they have many features to help the support desk, but at the end it's just made this whole system more complex. So uh, if we dive into this, so it's just what I was saying is the UI still remains very similar, but you still have to and click on the buttons and to help AI update things for you. So you still have to remember the workflows. It's not very intuitive and easy to use. Like it's just adding more complexity to the tool, is what I'm trying to say here. Again, right, like the UI and the interfaces are remaining similar. The other thing that I wanted to show you was the like every time a ticket gets solved, they still have to come and make sure that they add the resolution notes for it so that the next time a support person sees a similar kind of email problem, they can use it. But then this is not again very intuitive, right? This is again adding more complexity to the tool. This is again you're again becoming dependent on a human on making sure that they remember this step while they're doing all this. So uh, the whole point gets lost, right? AI is not being an enabler here, whereas it's just adding more complexity to the whole process. So, sure, like if it's easier for you to add resolution notes now here because AI can help you and quickly draft all these notes. But again, it's just a manual step that you need to take, right? So, and similar thing for knowledge articles, right? You have to come here, make a you click on a new button and then update the page and like put your title there and everything and make sure you hit publish and then only then it's accessible to everyone. So it's just adding more layers of complexity onto the solution and it's not making anyone's life easier. So this is how AI powered ITSM tool are currently delivering their solutions right now. So now to go back I'll go back to the presentation. So now how will AI native interface look like, right? So most ITESM solutions today are still AI powered, not AI native. This means that your user experience is still very dependent on menus, filters, and structured queries. That's what we saw in our previous demos. And AI is bolted on as a helper. It can speed things up, but it doesn't fundamentally change the workflow. Now, looking at this AI native approach, or this is how AI's native solution would look like, right? Like very chat GPT style. You can come and ask it any questions that you want here, like tell me all the tickets that have opened in the last 24 hours, tell me any tickets that need immediate attention, right? It's not dependent on filters and UX giving you the answers. So very free flow, very easy to use, very intuitive, and every piece of knowledge is basically actionable intelligence here. So a very different experience that you will get once you're using these AI native workflows in your ticketing system, right? And then another example is like again, like you just did a search of like tickets with new information. It has given you the list of all the tickets that have come lately, and And again, like this is so much flexible, right? It's not anyone can come and ask it any question, right? Like a support person can ask me, show me all the incidents in the last 48 hours that mention deployment errors, right? Or which employees reported VPN access issues this week. So anyone has the flexibility to ask it any language, right? Or a customer support person can come in and ask, like, show me all the unresolved tickets for my top 10 accounts. So this is like really making the features so accessible for everyone. And at the same time, they can do so much more intelligent digging into the data. Uh, and like this is something that I found in my previous company where I used to work, that it was a very frustrating experience for a lot of people because they were very much, the data output was very much dependent on what UIs and filters were available. And many a times we basically had to just take a dump of all the data if we have to build some custom reports. Uh, Now, as a data savvy person, I could usually work my way through it because I had the skills and the tools, but many colleagues weren't as tech savvy, right? So, which meant they were either left out of the loop or forced to depend on others for answers. So, again, this is just taking this bottleneck away and making sure that the information is accessible for everyone to use. Now, talking about how in the tickets itself, it's helping accelerate the resolution. So, in a traditional AI-powered service desk, triage still relies on support agents manually clicking buttons to classify issues, as I showed you in the previous demo before. Even when AI helps, it's limited to suggestions that agent must accept. And also for the resolution steps, are also very often pulled from static knowledge sources or depend on someone manually adding a resolution note in the ticket. So again, better than before, but still very human dependent, right? And again, adding just more complexity to the process. But now in an AI native service desk environment, you don't have to worry about this. You don't have to worry about triaging or populating fields. AI has already done this for you. So that one step goes away. Also, when it comes to resolution, the AI looks across all previous tickets for the same issue, right? Identifies which solutions actually worked and generates a recommended path tailored to the current context. So this knowledge is again constantly updated and it's learning from every new case. So the guidance gets smarter with every use. So this is again a very big differentiators in terms of getting you to the resolution faster. Another one that's very, very important is the knowledge reusability or the knowledge use. So uh, now again, like going back to a personal example that I've experienced so many times, we've all written articles, knowledge articles, right, that eventually become outdated as features evolve, but no one has time to constantly update them. And this is where AI can really help. So in a traditional AI-powered system, ticket notes are stored in a knowledge base, but that knowledge is static, right? Again, as I showed you in the demo before, somebody has to manually add a resolution note, and only then it's getting added to the knowledge base for future access, right? So as a result, knowledge quickly can become stale and valuable insights remain buried in old tickets. These AI powered systems are still useful for searching through knowledge bases, but the burden of keeping them current remains. Whereas in a native approach, the system flips this around. So every conversation, every troubleshooting exchange, every resolved ticket automatically becomes part of a living knowledge base, right? So the AI captures the context, updated on the fly, and makes it instantly available the next time a similar issue comes up. So also again, one thing that I found really interesting is even for updating policies, right? AI native system can notice patterns. For example, if you have repeatedly approved a software request for the design team, it can suggest turning that into a policy so designers get automatic access without needing approvals each time. So that's what I'm saying. That's the real power. It's noting each and every conversation, it's seeing what's really going on, and then it can tell you based on that that okay, maybe make it an automated policy, right? Like uh, some it's not dependent on you and going and manually updating the policy in a UI somewhere. It's noting each and every exchange, and that's what makes it really powerful. So again, why AI native wins is like they win because they are built for AI and not bolted on later. So traditional tools retrofit AI as an extra feature, often hidden behind premium pricing as well. So by contrast, AI native apps are designed from the ground up for the AI era. So they unlock the full potential of AI without being held back by legacy systems or extra add-on cost. So another key difference is that AI native doesn't just make existing processes faster, it creates entirely new possibilities. In a help desk, for example, an AI-powered system might route tickets more efficiently, but in an AI native system can automatically triage issues, generate recommended resolutions, and update the knowledge base as it learns, offering capabilities that simply didn't even exist before. Finally, AI native products deliver higher personalization and scale because they learn continuously, right? So instead of relying on static knowledge bases that agents have to manually update, AI native platforms improve in real time with every conversation and ticket. This encourages solutions get smarter and more relevant over time. So think of the difference between Photoshop adding generative AI as a premium upgrade versus Midjourney, which was designed entirely around generative AI from day one. One is so the one solution, the Adobe Photoshop, is bolted on, where the AI has been bolted on, and it's still a more expensive solution because you have to buy the existing product, and to use the AI functionality, you have to pay a more premium price for it. Whereas other Whereas if you compare it to Midjourney, which is an AI native product, it's comparatively cheaper and more powerful for its use case. So yeah, again, like as I said, like Netzen AI is an AI native platform. It's an AI native IT service management tool. And we also show like the slide, three, four slides that I showed you kind of give you a quick preview of what the solution is going to look like. We are still working on it and should be ready to go in the next 2 months. And we can have a demo ready for you. So yeah, supercharge your support desk by partnering with That's an AI today. And if you're interested in a personal demo, tell us, and we can schedule a session. And we are also inviting pilot customers to try the product free for 3 months. And so partner with us to shape the roadmap and get priority support with 24-hour SLA. So that was the end of the webinar. Now I will go and see if anyone has any questions and I can answer them. Okay, so I see there have been two questions that have been asked. So the first one is, how do you do policy control and automation? So this one I also answered it during the webinar, as I said that our system is automatically providing the policy update recommendations as it's going through each and every conversation that you're having with it, right? So the user can accept or edit policies in natural language, and so there's no complex policy management there at all. So again, very intuitive and easy to use. And the second question is around how many tickets do you need to train? So generally, tickets from 3 months data for tickets is enough. If we can get 6 months data, that's even better, right? Again, like we get better results as we train AI with more data, but I would say 3 months is a good start for now. Okay, so yeah, again, thank you again for all of your time today and taking time out of your day and joining us. And I hope this session was useful.